You're welcome back from the break. Many say it's a privilege to be a fan of Kumasi Asante Kotoko because the emblem you see behind me represents an entire kingdom. You're still watching GPL Primer on Joynews with me, Muftau Abla. You can join the conversation via our social media handles on Joy Sports GH on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook we are streaming. You can tweet at us using the hashtag GPL Primer. I've already gotten so many messages coming through. We'll hear from the golden boy, Abdul Razak. He has been speaking about the signings, Kotoko's chances of winning the league, and the decision to play their home matches in Accra.
Sometimes it may help, sometimes it doesn't help, because, you know, every season changing players, of course, you need to change one or two or three, you see, or you look for a position that you need. You don't think of changing every player. Oh, I need this player, let's go and bring him. I need this player, let's go and bring him. No. Maybe I need a center forward or striker who wants to score goal, or I need a good defender, or I need a right back. That is the best thing to do, but not going for every player you know is good or is around the town. Say, oh, let's go and bring this player. That is not the best of recruitment, you see. So if you talk about Kotoko for last 2 years and those who are coming now, it's quite different. It's almost, they have almost gone. That is going to take them some time before they can pick the pieces. But I'm not going to say that the recruitment they make is good or is bad. But let's start the league and then we see how it goes.
But then, what are you expecting to see from the club this season?
Well, as usual, Kotoko is always one of the favorites. I won't say they are favorite to go and win the league. It's not so this time around. This time they have 2 or 3 clubs also in the same position, which is not going. I think it's going to be a real battle this year. As I'm saying, Kotoko is one of the favorites. You have Asofok, you have Mediama, you have Adriana, you have Ash Gold. You know, these are teams that maybe Legon Cities and all that. They are all coming because this time most of the teams that they couldn't recruit the best of players before, now they are recruiting the same kind of players that you can also get. So it's not going to be easy this time around. So I hope they will not say Kotoko, we are Kotoko, so we are going to win. No, we have to work and work and work till that we got where they want to reach.
The final one from you before I speak to the others over here. Coach, Kotoko are not playing at the Baba Era Sports Stadium this time around because of renovation works. They've adapted Accra Sports Stadium. What does that make to the team's performance?
No, it doesn't change anything. It's just like when you are suspended from playing your home matches. Most time they go to Accra, they play, they win. It's nothing else. Kotoko is everywhere. Kotoko is not only in Kumasi. Kotoko is in Accra. Even Accra is their home ground. Yeah. So they can go to Cape Coast and play. People will be there. So it doesn't change anything.
That is the legend. He ended Kotoko's 4-year drought to win the Premier League. You would recall that in the early and mid-90s, Ash Gold and Accra House of Oak had dominated the competition. And in the 2003-2004 Premier League season, he came in and ended that Kotoko drought, winning the league title for the Porcupines. Now, let me bring in Eric Bequin into the conversation. You just heard Abrazak mention about the recruitment of Kotoko. He said mass signing is not the best of recruitment. What do you make of Kotoko's decision to go for as many as 9 players in the transfer window?
Thank you very much. I think he already hit the nail on the wall, whereby, signing of players, it's not that good for a club because you need to think about the consistency of the team as well. And then also, secondly, when a car is having problem, you don't go for a new car, but you look at the parts that are not functioning. Then you go in for the parts to replace them. So it's not about you signing enough players. You see, when quality is not around, quantity is being appreciated. And that is what is going on. You understand? So I think the management are doing their own, all right. But I think about the recruitment, is the coach also playing part? One, Kotoko is like the University of Ghana football. Yeah. I've been saying this all this while. The spirit is in now because this is the jersey I did the wonders with. And this is the jersey that I'm wearing. The jersey, that famous jersey that was torn. That was torn. You understand? Whereby in Ghana you have only one jersey to wear, so they have to tie it for you to continue the journey. And that's just the funny part of. Yeah,
but which areas of the Kotoko setup do you think they should have improved?
It's all about the striking position, because it's sad that it almost passed a decade, whereby since Bequin took, because I took all the awards during the 2008.
Yeah.
I was the top scorer. I was the best player of the league. I was goal king in Africa, and then I was rated 25 in the world.
In the world, yeah.
Until since 2008 till now, there haven't been anyone to conquer. When I came to Kotoko, there was a certain genes we had to break, whereby breaking the hat-trick genes, which was called by Opokwefri.
Yeah.
But when I came to break the genes. And there's one funny thing about Bequin and Kotoko. You see the slogan called Ukuma Pima Pimbeba. It goes with my brand also, Bequin. In Akan dialect, we have a proverb that goes that they said, Bequin din fatana, e fatana kono. When we need men to fight, that's where you find Bequin. Yeah.
What would make Kotoko champions this season?
Kotoko going to Africa, I wasn't interested in it because I think it should take time for players to gel. We have to blend, the cohesion and everything has to come. Yeah. But it seems we are in a hurry. From day one, I said it, that going to Africa is too much in a rush. Because already, I think the king himself, the King Solomon of Ghana and everything, he said it that they shouldn't even sign players. So I was like, so how do we go? Because we've hit the nail once and it got bent.
Yeah.
So why can't we take time? This COVID was a blessing in disguise for so many things, in the world. I foresee the world going too fast. So this COVID have even slowed tempos down. And this is the time you have to correct all your mistakes. Now we want to go into the academy system, whereby you buy, a little bit of, like the way Coach Razak said, you buy where you think you have the problem. Then you start with your academy, building players, whereby when you are playing leagues and then, let's say, tournaments and stuff, you have, a backroom players to replace them. Yeah. Because looking at myself during our time, we had our first, you can't beat or enter into Coach Bashir Rayford's first 11. No, it's not an easy thing.
You see, Eric, one interesting thing is that most of the players were leaving. And if you have most of your players leaving, you definitely would have to replace.
Sure.
Maxwell Bakun did not renew his contract. I know his contract expired on October 27.
Sure.
We had added like the likes of Stephen Ejiku and who were all leaving the club. The club needed to replace them.
But one thing you also have to know is, now the principal actors are not earning what they deserve.
What do
management members?
What do they deserve?
They deserve. Players, we are like, excuse my word, we are like women. We need to be pampered. Then you get what you want from us.
So you were pampered at Kotoko?
It wasn't that easy. You can't wash your sack clothes outside.
Yeah.
But it's not everything that you saw on the screen that was going on.
Yeah.
As married couples, sometimes you need to cover each other. Because if not because of Kotoko, all the names I was making it in the dark. But Kotoko brought me to the light. And I'm always grateful. You understand? So, Kotoko, we don't play it. We worship it. If you come to play Kotoko because of money, you go with disgrace.
I need that Jama to support Kotoko. Kotoko, we don't play for Kotoko, but we worship Kotoko.
We worship Kotoko.
Just something small. So we go and listen to Malik Jaber.
Kotoko is a religion.
Yes.
So if you are coming and you are not coming to worship, then you are just a passing train. You come and pass and go. Now you need to leave a legacy when you are playing Kotoko. Yes. You come with a mission. You write your name boldly in capital letters.
Yes.
We don't enjoy Kotoko when we are playing Kotoko. When you are done playing Kotoko, I'm even enjoying Kotoko now more than when I was playing because I didn't get time to chill or do whatever I want to do.
From one legend, let's go to another legend. As my colleague Dalali Atiasi has been speaking to Malik Jaber, he thinks Asamoah Gyan should have joined Kotoko. Do you also believe so?
It will again boost whichever team that got Asamoah Gyan. If he were to be lucky to have his own stadium, he will make more money than the rest. Everybody will want to see Asamoah Gyan. If we look at our days, because of a single player, a lot of people used to come to the stadium.
Yeah.
So it means that thing will come back again. Because of certain players, people will now wish to see the game. I wish he had come to Kotoko, because I've seen his heart is with Kotoko. But maybe we don't have money to take him, so I don't know how. So, but I wish maybe he came to Kotoko. If he had come to Kotoko, he would have had things much easier. But I'm going to struggle in that small.
Brought in 10 new players. There's even a Brazilian in there. I'm looking at their preparation so far. They've been in Koforidua for the last 3 weeks. Yeah. They've come back, they are preparing. What would you say of their preparation so far?
I don't know exactly what they are doing. Okay. I only heard what they are in the process of doing. Yeah. I haven't seen. So I will just say I am really very happy to hear we are now thinking to broaden maybe the intake of players into Kotoko, good ones. Not any player, but good ones. Do you know Kotoko, we ever had a Brazilian player before?
Sure.
Yes.
And this is going to be about the third time that they are bringing in a Brazilian here.
And if you could remember, they were all very, very good and they contributed a lot.
That is a former legend of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Malik Jaber. He thought Asamoah Gyan would struggle at Legon Cities. He believes that he should have joined the Porcupine Warriors. Pekwini, do you think Kotoko should have gone for Gyan?
I think from the blast of the whistle, I wanted to advise my senior brother, Samoa, not to join. The reason being that, when you have a crop of team that is making waves,
yes,
it's a team.
Yes.
It's a collective something. But you coming in, the expectations, that is what you have to look at. Kotoko doesn't try players. Kotoko go in for tried and tested players. Yes. You understand? Let's call a spade. You understand? Whereby, what was the last time Hassan Azar played? What was he doing during his off time? You have to put all this into consideration. Fine, when you're talking about the marketing aspects of Asamoah Gyan, yeah, that one is a different factor.
Yeah.
We are all here. When Udate Lamte came to Kotoko,
yeah,
we saw what happened. His own brother came. We also saw what happened.
Yes.
You understand? So you don't look only about the marketing aspect. He's a legend on his own now.
Yes, yes.
And I was advising he should rather go to a club that he can get the time to prepare himself so well.
So when he comes to Kotoko, the supporters will not give him the pressure.
The pressure again, because now both fitness and because now everything is going to be on the rush, yes, for him. Whereby trying for him to pick up his form within a short time. Kotoko is going to Africa.
Yes. And
let's take Azar to Africa. You should think about, God forbid, if things does not work the way he wants to. Football is all about preparation.
Yes.
For me today, if I'm ready to play, now if you ask me, if you see me playing, you'll be like, Eric, you can go and strike. I'll tell you, I don't have what it takes. Because I know the kind of sacrifices I passed through to end up at Kotoko. Secondly, Azar, he has a crop of players that he played with that made him Asamoah Gyan.
Yes.
You can become a star one day, but to maintain stardom is another course on its own.
That's a very good one there. But now let me come to the fans. we paid the money to go and watch. Would you have paid to go and watch? Let me come to my gentleman. Yes.
Why not?
So do you think Kotoko should have gone for Gyan?
There are two sides of each coin. As he said, with regards to business, that was very cool. But then with his fitness, it will be an issue. Just imagine Kotoko down by a goal, Asamoah Gyan coming in, and then it's about 10 minutes more. Just the pressure alone can kill you. So I think it's good he went to Legon Cities. Yes, it's good he went. But then for now,
not now. I mean, pass on the mic to him. Let me. Yes, you. Yes, I like your energy. I like that energy. Kotoko had the opportunity of going for Baby Jet. Media reports had said several things about how Kotoko were close to signing him, and even the manager of Asamoah Gyan, Sami Enim Ado, actually confirmed to Joy Sports that Kotoko tried. Do you think Asamoah Gyan would have provided that striking problems? Let's not forget the cancelled Premier League season. Kotoko scored 14 goals in 14 matches and conceded 7. Would Gyan have been that solution that we needed? Or do you think the current players, the likes of William Opoku, the return of Ibrahim Osman from King Faisal, these are boys that will deliver for the team?
Oh yeah, they are going to deliver. But I want to ask you, who also knew Asamoah Gyan was going to score that penalty with Uruguay? So getting him to us being a solution, I don't think that will be the solution. Let's play with our boys and we are going to make it.
Let's play with our boys and we are going to make it. Now, let's move on now and bring you some lot more in relation to the conversation we are currently having in the studio. Now, you see, I need to gender balance it. I need to speak to you. Let's gender balance the conversation. Please pack the mic onto her. Talk to me about Justice Blay. We all saw him for Kotoko last season. Unfortunately, the media wanted $50,000. Kotoko said the money was too much. We don't have money to go for him. Should Kotoko have gone in for Justice Blay?
Well, all I can say is I think the management and our CEO, all I know is they are doing a good job in the aspect of Justice Blay coming to Kotoko or staying at Mediama. I think at the right time he would come, whether he comes or stay at the right time. I know he'll come, but for now, I think they are just doing a good job. So the Blay issue, we should just leave it at that.
There are people who say that Mediama used Kotoko as a conduit to market their player, and now they were asking for exorbitant money for their player.
No, but what you also have to understand is Kotoko is a very big platform.
Yes.
If you want to make it, and you see the mistake that most of the players have been. Justice Blay is my mate.
Okay.
Azakes.
Okay.
He used to come to me and then talk to me, senior. How did you made it in Kotoko? So I have to lecture him. And luckily to Jojo, who was also there.
Yeah.
So we will lecture him. This is how you play Kotoko. This is how you have to be disciplined. Because let's say you be attached to multimedia. Even friends that you have before, you need to reduce those maybe who are arrogant and all that.
Yeah.
You need to repackage your life.
Your branding
Justice
must
Blay
change.
have done it. He has, shown that he deserves to play. Most of them who could not justify themselves, they've gone.
Yeah.
But he did it. So it was left with a matter of sacrifice, like the way he was saying.
Yeah.
Now it is gone. We should think about those current players who are there now to provide us with the success we've been looking for since.
And talking about the success we've been looking for, one man who can deliver that success is the head coach, Maxwell Konadu. In the last 10 years, no coach has been able to accrue as many as 60 points in the Ghana Premier League. His Kotoko setup of 2011-2012 season got 63 points after the end of the season. We saw the highlights of the match-winning game when they played against House of Oak. Now let's go and listen to Maxwell Konadu talk about the new signings, what he's looking forward to, and his quest to end that 6-year drought of winning the league title.
Yeah, we started slowly, but the level the team has gotten to now, we are ready for a league match, even though we are not 100%, but in due course, everything will fall into place and the boys will be playing very well very soon. We prepared, we played a couple of friendly matches and most of the boys are doing extremely well. It was just unfortunate we lost Mudasiru, which we all know that is one of our top midfielders. But you know, others are there to hold the fort whilst he begins his recuperation. But we'll be missing him. But others are there to hold the fort.
A couple of new guys have joined into the team? How are they settling?
Yeah, all the new guys are doing their best. You know, they came in from various clubs and they are putting in their maximum effort. But the old guys are also doing very, very well. But we've been giving everybody the opportunity, the chance to showcase his talent. But being new doesn't mean that you are an automatic choice, but you have to fight for your place. But they are doing well, the old guys are putting in everything, so it's interesting to see them train. But they are doing everything in unity. Most of them know each other before they even came to be here together. So it's like meeting again. From some have met in the national team, some have met in club football, and now they are all Kotoko players. So we are giving them equal opportunities. They are doing well. The old guys are also proving that they deserve a place.
Are you satisfied with the players bought and those?
No, it's okay. I mean, transfer windows, when they are open, you have your targets, but when you are able to achieve most of them, like getting most of them, you build up from there. You know very well that not all that you want is all that you have. But what we have, I think we can make the best out of them. We are happy with them.
What are the three most important things that you want to focus on as we build up to the new season?
We want to focus mostly on, you know, keeping clean sheets, as many as we can. That is one of the only time we'll be, you know, amassing points to become champions. We want to keep as many clean sheets as possible. So we've worked defensively, you know, starting from the front line, the midfield, and in defense. They are doing so well. So we'll make sure that we send the same mentality into the season when it starts. When you keep clean sheets with the squad that we have, at least we will create a couple of chances, and hopefully we'll utilize one or two, and that will put us a step ahead of the others. And that is what exactly we want to, you know, build on and, you know, get a lot of points.
You hold the record for the most highest points accumulation the last 10 years, 63 points accumulated. And for the past 6 years, the club has not been able to win the league. Have you thought about the responsibility that comes with it?
You know, majority of the time it's not us, so even though we have a responsibility, but it's the boys that play so well to help us win or accumulate that points that we are talking about. You know, when you prepare a team, mentally everybody has to be ready. So if player A is not there, player B can hold the fort. That is what we want to build on. And we shouldn't be okay with scoring 1 or 2 goals. We have to keep on going, keep on scoring. And so far, they are doing their best. The goalkeepers are doing their best, the defenders, midfielders, and from the attackers. But we start to defend from up front. And so far, the games we've played, we are happy with whatever contribution every member has given so far.
The success of Kumasi Asante Kotoko is dependent on this man. He makes the decisions because he's paid to make those decisions. Whoever he selects must ensure that he gives his all for Kotoko to win. Now let's take a look at the players Kotoko have registered for the season because they've decided to put out about a list of 30 players that will lead the Kotoko setup. Now let's take a look at the goalkeepers. Felix Annan, who is the skipper of the side. Kwame Ba, he was imposed last season for the club. Razak Abalora, and then there's also Ibrahim Danlad. He is currently with the Ghana under-20 national team. Now let's go and take a look at the fullbacks. Ibrahim Imoro just recently in a friendly game yesterday, he scored a wonderful free kick. There's also Patrick Asma, who joined from Atlanta, Samuel Frimpong, and Christopher Neti. These are going to be the fullbacks of Kumasi Asante Kotoko as we move into the Premier League season. For centre-backs, Abdul Ganiu, he is a former league champion with WA All-Stars. There's Andrew Skojo Apao, a former player of Fire Rangers. Yusuf Mubarak, very experienced defender. He has been in the system for 6 years, 3 years at Liberty Professionals, 3 years at Ashgold. Wahab Adams, a Premier League winner. He was with Aduana Stars. And there's also Habib Mohammed, a former player of Ashanti Gold. He was signed by CK Akono and he took part in the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's take a look at the midfielders. Adom Frimpong was exceptional in the season that was cancelled. There's also Emmanuel Sarkodie, who was signed from Techima 11 Wonders. Emmanuel Keyeke, one of the wonderful players we've got in the country, formerly of Kerala United. There's Latif Anabila Formula of Ash Gold, Mudasiru Salufo. Unfortunately, he is out injured. He will not be available for at least 4 weeks. There's also Godfred Esiama. Now, let's take a look at the people who were leading the attack of Kotoko. More on midfielders. There's Emmanuel Jemfi. There's Fabio Gama, the Brazilian player. Augustine Okra. Sule Muniru, a younger brother of Sule Muntari. There's Maxwell Bako. Unfortunately, Maxwell Bako is no longer with Kumasi Asante Kotoko because due to contracted issues. But he has been registered by the club as and when he renews, he will come back. Martin Entry too is still there. There was supposed to be a loan move to Karola. That didn't work out. Strikers, we have Kwame Poku, wonderful player. He currently leads the top goal scorer for Kotoko in the preseason. There's Nabi Keita. Ibrahim Osman, he went to King Faisal last season for a loan. He's back to the team. There's Evans Odomako Redu and then William Opoku Mensah. He was also with Kerala United. These are the players who will be donning the colors of the Porcupine Warriors. But now let's have some comments on social media. Social media has been buzzing with lots of discussions about the show, especially on Twitter. Joel Hammond, he said, I'm watching all the best champ. And then there's also this one too coming from Good Over Evil. He says that he's watching live and he's enjoying it. Isaac Boachin says he's also watching. There's this one from Efia Pokwa who says that I'm watching and you're doing the opener really, really well. Thank you very much. And Richard Beck, who a wonderful Kotoko supporter. If you need everything about Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he's got that information for you. He said, are you watching GPL Primer? The Asante Kotoko edition is on with Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. And then there's another reply that comes in to say, yeah. And then Efia Pokwa also says she's watching. There's Kwame Brooklyn who says, dope show. And then Derek Ajay Kwatin, he says that we are at Kotoko Love. The Kotoko, we love you so much. The feeling you have given us tonight is wonderful. And there's Good Over Evil also says he's enjoying it. And no, Eric, he says that the best club in Ghana, and he said hashtag Joy Sports. There's also 1-2 from Arizona. He says, please tell Bekwi Asante Kotoko isn't lacking and won't lack. He should relax and enjoy the Asante Kotoko team this season. Eric, relax. Enjoy Kotoko this season.
we all want the best for the team.
Yeah, we all want the best for the team. And then, Eric again comes to say fabulous and he says GPL Primer. Thanks to Joy Sports. This is coming from Kwekus TV. He says thanks to Joy Sports and Muftau Nabla. And the credit to Kotoko Media, myself and Gideon Boche. Thank you very much, the Kotoko Media team. You did a wonderful job over there. They were so helpful when we reached out to them. Thank you to the head of communication of the setup, PJ Moses Enchubinifo. He was a wonderful person when we reached out to him for this to happen. And then there's 1-2 that's coming from Richard Beck, who again, he says that the goal monger, the goal wizard and the goal hunter, Twasu Eric Bekwin is live on GPL Primer on Joynews. The comments are flooding in and I cannot read everything for now, but as the show goes on, I will bring you more. You can join the conversation via our social media handles at Joy Sports on Twitter and Instagram is Joy Sports GH rather, and then on Facebook is Joy Sports GH. We are streaming live. We'll activate the phones later. If you want to speak to us, you can join us. Thank you for your company wherever you are joining us from. This is GPL Primer on Joy News, brought to you by the Joy Sports team and our colleagues in Kumasi. We've already seen one from Dalale Atiase. He's been wonderful in this. We've heard from Maxwell Konedu. We've heard from two legends, Razak, the Golden Boy. There's also Malik Jaber. He also came in. And skipper Felix Annan will be hearing from him soon. And Emmanuel Keyeke, that gentleman who joined the team from Kerala United. But now let me just engage the tertiary groups more. Or Eric, what do you prefer? Do we let them give us the stadium atmosphere we always experience? Because you're the best people they charge every now and then.
I've missed such atmosphere because I was the Jamal leader when I was in Kotoko. So
oh.
I mean, the spirit is entering.
And then let's go here. Jamal leader, let's go. Let's go. Give us something. Give us something. In the spirit, I know you're all in the spirit. I remember Kotoko versus Cotton Sport at the Bawayara Sports Stadium. The atmosphere was incredible, and to the extent that CAF actually acknowledged how the stadium was full to capacity, that clearly tells you the numbers that went to watch that game. And these were the very people who created an atmosphere never to be forgotten. We've heard from the man who selected the players to go on the pitch and get the job done. But the people who run on the pitch and score the goals or protect the team from conceding are the actors. Now let's hear from Felix Annan, who is the skipper of the team, and then we'll also hear from Emmanuel Keke, who joined the club from Kerala United.
Actually, it wasn't really easy because, to go, lockdown without doing what you love to do best was a little bit disappointing. But, it's a world pandemic that's happened and we had no control over it, so we had to cope with it. Even though we're in the house, we're having a little bit of training, but it wasn't like a team training, so we are all happy we are back.
Okay. As the captain and the leader of the team, surely the chemistry will come from you. What sort of conversation have you been having with the new guys as well as the old boys?
Of course, it's been great. I always try as much as possible to always engage the new guys because the old guys, they know the in and out of the clubhouse. For me, to get close to the new guys a lot. And if you see in camp right now, most of the times I try to move with the new guys, try to educate them in and out of the club, try to motivate them so that they will feel at home. Because if they are new, we have to bring them close to us so that they will feel the vibe of the club. So far so good. It's been great with the new guys.
Okay. Captain, it's been 6 years without the league trophy. Have you figured out what you and your mates have to do to win the league for us this season?
Yeah, I think it's hard work and determination, and as well as giving our 100% dedication. This is a big club, and each and every season we are Asante Kotoko. We have to fight for every trophy. We know it's been, as you say, a little bit of years. We have not won the league, and it's hard time. We group ourselves and then we move forward so that we bring the lost glory. So for us, we know it's all about hard work. When we come together as one team, as one family, we work together as one. Hopefully, we can bring back.
That is the skipper of the setup in the person of Felix Annan. But now let's hear from Emmanuel Keke. He joined us from Kerala United. He's been speaking about how he's settling into his new teammates and what he wants to be remembered for joining Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
I'm settling in very well, with the help of the old players, the captain and a couple of them. I'm settling in very well.
What sort of responsibility would you say lies on your shoulders, especially coming from your club with a high profile?
I wouldn't say it will be a personal responsibility. It's a shared responsibility amongst the players. We are going to give our maximum best, but we have to fight together to achieve whatever we want to achieve.
Okay. What would you want to be remembered for as an Asante Kotoko player?
The player that gave out, they played his heart out. I gave everything on the field. That's what I want to be remembered for.
Okay. So what is your assurance to the fans of Asante Kotoko as you begin your journey?
They should expect the best and the very best. That is the assurance we can give them. They should rally behind us. They should give us their maximum support and we also deliver whatever they want.
It's been 6 years without the league. Are you going to deliver it together with your mate?
With the determination that comes so far, I believe surely, inshallah, we're going to give it to them.
That is Emmanuel Keke. He's a midfielder of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He joined from Kerala United. He's been speaking about what he wants to be remembered for. He wants to be remembered as the player who gave his all when he joined the team. You cannot talk about Kumasi Asante Kotoko without talking about all the stakeholders that are involved in the team. We were in Kumasi. My colleague, Calvin Owusu-Ansah, he went to the Bawayara Sports Stadium to speak to taxi drivers. He spoke to pure water sellers. He spoke to trotro drivers, he spoke to restaurants around the stadium, and they've all been counting their losses that Asante Kotoko will not be at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Ahead of the new Ghana Premier League season, the Baba Yara Sports Stadium is still under renovation works. This will mean that clubs who normally use the facility for their Premier League home games will be missing out on using the facility. The biggest sufferer of this would be Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who ideally accrue most numbers on match days. Not just that the fans will be missing out on the Porcupines, not playing at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. This would mean a lot to most businesses around. Economic activities get to a boom when Kotoko play at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Let's have a quick interaction with the fans as well as the businesses around on what void this absence of Kotoko from Kumasi, specifically the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, would have on every single aspect of business in and around the stadium.
It's a blow to you all, not only Vanyopap, all the past in Kumasi. Because when Kotoko play, then it's a victory. We are all enjoy. So they need to, back up and do things quick for us so that we too can enjoy the election.
I'm losing a lot because when there is activity going on at the stadium, sales keeps on improving. But since there is no activity going on at the stadium, there is no sales coming a lot.
One of the benefactors of this situation on match days when Kotoko used the Baba Yara Sports Stadium are the Anloga Junction taxi drivers. It is just about 5 minutes drive to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for fans to troop in to watch games. The absence of the team here would definitely have a toll on their economic boom and revenue generated on match days.
Kita cars almost be 90 cars for feedway so. Nita kono kobo wo mbia no park no move kama. Am drivers in yeska. But say kono koni ombo ho Kumasi na. Am I business no be basa because through lockdown in age money dey enkoye say amen. It's like any that's on say kono ko bibie na ya dey. E be born na kono ko abohom na ya dey so yeska abin na. But so far na kono ko odo home na kwa akra no. Am I nyema friend say bad influence we made yeah no afi we ni ho on Christmas by the bidra edwem move kakra dia mehen
higher papa kankan ye taxi drivers ye Kotoko fan ye support Kotoko if say Kotoko ni ha ye nidi if say ye kuta fans ye supporters no be froka e be for dropping e be fro car e be overload cra na de omoko stadium ti ye nya kakra gu ye butum
say ba say Kotoko for bobo wo Kumasi ya na ebo aye djuma because supporters are not free for recruit go from near there. Abefa car ha at the stadium. Say na there na boy but say see na omo free ha na there. At least abema yeso business no akofom kakra.
And the fans would be missing out on watching their darling club in Kumasi.
If Kotoko is playing their home city, their home grounds, there is some joy in our hearts. And people troops to the stadium. So this one we are going to sit at the back of the television and watch them.
Kumasi si yeni JBA wa haze yeni beach yeni manema kesi biawa. Eti Kotoko na dia ye bibia. Ezi Kotoko kwa akra even say na first me yemi program sana pa me kwa so rekra sana makopaka. Ezi gise mi jai na mafubas race wom. Eti bona ya dia kwa wode dia higher pa.
Kumasi.
Now, some fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko counting their losses. Businesses surrounding the stadium are also counting their losses. You heard from the restaurant man. You also heard from the woman. All talk about how they're likely to miss out if Kotoko fails to play matches at home. I've been getting so many messages coming in on social media. Forgive me if I'm not able to read yours. But now, let's have a look at some of the partners Kumasi Asante Kotoko have got in terms of sponsorship. We've got the Accra edition of businesses that are also going to benefit from Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing at the Accra Sports Stadium, but we'll bring you that on the Omnibus edition next week. So now let's take a look at the partnerships Kotoko I haven't. I'm connecting over to my colleague Nathaniel Atto, who has been looking at the partnerships Nanaya Amponsa has been able to bring into the club since he was appointed CEO of the club.
Muftau, it's interesting that you look very good and you'd pass for a number 6 in that jersey, you know. But as to whether you'll be able to do well in a number 6 jersey for Kumasi Asante Kotoko is another question for another day, okay? Well, enough of that for now. Let's now throw the focus once again on sponsorships and strategic partnerships that Kumasi Asante Kotoko has signed ahead of the start of the season. 7 of them, but none of them have any disclosed financial details. Well, let's begin with Area, the kit sponsor. Now, they are going for a 3-year deal. Now, this was signed recently, and of course, just yesterday, Kumasi, or 2 days ago, Kumasi Asante Kotoko completed a national poll by the fans to determine which particular kit design to go with for home and away matches for the upcoming season. We can also talk about Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, which is also signed as official energy drink sponsor for the next 3 years. The appliance giants, Hisense, are also in a partnership with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and it's for the next 3 years. We can also talk about the Seek virtual streaming service, and of course this is a partnership that Kumasi Asante Kotoko have with Seek in partnership with the Ghana FA as well. We can also talk about Star Life Assurance. Now, Star Life Assurance has gone into a 5-year deal with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and of course, this partnership is one that is similar to that has been signed with their arch rivals Accra Hartsville. Now, we can also talk about VIO, which is the video monitor system, the video player monitor system, and of course, we can liken it to what is used by the likes of North Zealand FC and AS Roma, you know, and this is supposed to give some very credible, you know, statistics on the player and their performance, so it becomes more scientific when we have to do, you know, some measurements. There's also Instat. Now, Instat also gives statistics about players. I mean, we've always talked about, you know, players and what they've been able to do on the pitch. And, you know, we go back into history, we talk about our legends, and we're not able to give specific figures as to what exactly they did on the pitch. Well, this is something that's being changed, especially with the partnership with that of Instat, which is going to ensure that Kumasi Asante Kotoko now have proper figures, proper measured statistical figures to go with all the performances that we see on the pitch. So, in a nutshell, this is what it's looking like for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in terms of sponsorships and partnerships going into the season. We must note, however, that in the coming week, we're likely to hear the announcement of a major sponsor. It could be a shirt sponsorship, and it could be another. Well, we're looking forward to that next week, and this has been confirmed by the CEO of the club. So that's a wrap of the sponsorship situation. Look ahead to that major one where we'll look generally at what the other clubs are doing, you know, ahead of the start of the season. Muftau, back to you in the studio.
Matt, I think you're a prophet, because when I was in primary school and even JSS, I was playing number 6. So I was a very wonderful midfielder, so talented to the extent that Charlie, I could have even been the next Zidane or Xavi. Or I was extremely that good. Eric, I could have stopped you from scoring goals.
I'm sure. Couldn't even stop.
But let's do some comments that have been coming on social media. Mark Libes, he says that I'm enjoying the show. It's so nice. Keep it up. There's also this one from Michael Yao Ofer, who says he's sent out this message from Choco. Kotoko will win the league and reach the semi-finals in Africa this season. Daniel, he says that Asante Kotoko is the best team in Ghana. There's also Jake, who says we are loving GPL Primer. This one from Rodman, he says he's watching live. Porcupine Tertiary, more fire. And then this one too from Rodman again, he said loving the show, more fire from Porcupine Tertiary. ACN, he says that, oh, I wish you guys can do this program every single day. we need to wrap up, because the messages continue to flood in. But we've got something special, because we have a partnership with La Liga. The Joy Sports team have a partnership with La Liga, and we're bringing you a special masterclass for Ghana Premier League. Wow. It's something that is extremely special. But Queen, just in 1 minute, you will need to wrap up. This is the masterclass on your screens right now. Joy Sports and La Liga masterclass for Ghana Premier League, something special. We've brought you the House of Oak edition of GPL Primer. We are doing the Kotoko edition. We brought you the countdown, the first ever transfer deadline day. It has never happened. Joy Sports brought it to you. Now we are bringing you this partnership. Come on. This is the only network and the only team you need to follow for everything you need to know about Ghana sports. Eric, in 1 minute, just wrap up a preview of Kotoko's show, then we'll use the Jama to end the show. It's been fun.
Isn't it? First of all, I need to congratulate Multimedia, Gary, and all the guys. Now it's like when you're talking about total sports.
Just be extremely brief for you.
Yeah. If you're talking about total sports and you don't talk about multimedia, it's like shaving your armpit without twisting your mouth. Yeah. So as the saying goes to Nanaya and his team are on a good, path. Yeah. Which I think the division and then the politics and everything have to come to a hold. Yeah. Let's all follow one course. And we know that Kotoko is paramount. I think things will go on his way.
Thank you very much for staying with us. It's been fun ride. It has been a fun ride. Thank you to the Joy Sports team, our colleagues at Love FM, especially Dalali Atiasi and Calvin Owusu Ansah, and also the media team of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's been wonderful working with you. Next week, you'll be joining us for the Omnibus edition. Hans Mensa, Andor, and I will be here. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for letting us into your homes. Take us home.